Alrighty, I'm Jamie with Project Nerd on day one of Comic-Con at Colorado Springs, brought to you by Pop-Up Blockers. Right? Nailing it, guys. And I am with Larissa Paige.
Yep.
Nailed it.
That's me.
So what are you cosplaying today?
Today I'm dressed as Cubone from the Pokemon universe.
Awesome. And so why does this character like stand out to you as someone to like cosplay?
For me, when I do cosplay, sometimes it's about the accessories that I can wear. Like my helmet is 100% 3D printed. I'm fortunate enough to own a 3D printer. And so this was all one piece and it took about 32 hours. And so it's something I had never really worked with before. So I'm like, let's branch out and try something different. And this was the first thing I thought of. So
awesome. So what got you in, like, how long have you been cosplaying?
So I've been cosplaying altogether for 6 years and professionally for 3. That sounds right. 2016. I had to think really hard about that. But I actually was able to go to San Diego Comic-Con for my 21st birthday.
Okay.
And I've always loved like Power Rangers and Pokemon and stuff like that. And I got tickets to Comic-Con and I was like, what do people do? And so I Googled it and I saw that people dressed up and I was like, I can do that. That looks fun. And then about 3 years in, like just kind of doing it for fun, I realized that people did it professionally and like they were able to travel with it. And I'm like, to do that. That sounds like fun to me. And I was very lucky enough to be able to pursue that dream and turn it into this is what I do now.
Awesome. So what was your first ever cosplay?
So the first one I ever we'll do it like this way. So the first thing I ever dressed up as was Han Solo, and it was on day one of San Diego Comic-Con back in like 2014. I don't remember the years.
Okay.
It all
no worries.
And so then the next day I did a Harley Quinn and I bought stuff off of Amazon and I like pieced it together and I was like, I'm so proud of myself. And then the first thing I handmade, like 100% everything, was Tails from the Sonic the Hedgehog video games.
Okay, cool. Nice. So do you typically cosplay by yourself or do you cosplay with other people?
I'm actually very fortunate enough to travel with Des Creepcore, who is one of my best friends. We're both from Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay. And so, like, every time we do a show together, we plan at least one day where we match. So that way it's like we kind of vibe off of each other's energy and we're like, yeah, we're in this together. We're a partnership. It's a duo thing. Yeah. Because sometimes it's a lot more fun to have somebody that's dressed in the same universe as you, or is like your partner or whatever. And we're just like, this is great.
Cool. So what... Like, I mean, I imagine you didn't always like, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be a cosplayer. So before all that, I was a dancer for 15 years. So when I was little, I'm like, I'm going to be a professional dancer. And then I actually went to school fairly recently for forensic anthropology. Okay. But they were going to make me move out of state. And I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to do that. And so I'm actually going to go back to school in the fall for sports casting because... like the NFL is my jam. Sorry, everybody that's probably watching this going like, you're not supposed to like that stuff. I love sports. Okay, so NFL branch because I like sports. Who's your team? This is like the worst thing to say in Colorado. I'm from Utah. Throwing this out there, we don't have a football team, so I gotta pick, and I am a huge fan of the Los Angeles Chargers. So I'm very sorry to everybody here in Colorado, and I feel really bad saying that out loud, but no worries. I don't blame you.
As long as it's not the Raiders.
Dallas Cowboys. America's team.
There's a lot of Cowboy fans in Colorado, I've noticed.
Yeah, we're very...
I love it. That's great.
Yeah. So, when traveling, do you usually bring just like, okay, I'm only going to cosplay for these 3 days, so I'm only bringing 3 outfits, like 3 costumes? Yes. Or do you bring extras in case you change your mind?
No, I like make a plan and I stick with it, and I have an emergency kit that I travel with just in case like the worst happens to one of my costumes, so that way it's not like I'm panicked and I have to go in my I call them my people clothes, my normal clothes. Yes. Like even traveling with this, I brought these little beads that you heat them up in water and they kind of turn into plastic just in case my helmet broke, and I had paint and I had hot glue and I have like sandpaper. Like I'm prepared just in case one of my costumes breaks because I don't have a backup.
Okay, so what's your, you said like hot glue and that kind of stuff. Is there any other like things in your kit that you'd say are like a must-have when you're cosplaying?
I have safety pins because actually I had to safety pin my shirt because it kind of broke. Oops, my bad. I have double-sided, like, I call it booby glue. Sorry, but that's what it is. It's it sticks like strapless things to you, so that way you don't have a malfunction. And then I also have Velcro, and I have zip ties. Nice. And you won't believe how often zip ties actually come in handy to like fix armor.
I imagine they're very handy.
But yeah, safety pins is the big one because I actually had somebody come to me when we were setting up for the show, and they said, "Does anybody have a safety pin?" I'm like, "I do. I'm ready." And so I was able to fix her dress.
Nice.
Yeah.
So out of all of your cosplays that you've done, which one is your favorite?
And this is always the loaded question because it always changes because I'm always creating new things. But for the past little bit, it's actually been Marjorie Tyrell from Game of Thrones because it is like, it's the floor length dress. And I'm like, I am a queen and this is awesome. So
nice. I like that. What size dress are you? I'm just kidding. I need to borrow it.
Yeah.
Need to be a queen. So like when you're traveling, what is your like number one thing to bring? Not cosplay, like just in general, when you travel, what do you have to have with you?
I actually have, it's a little stuffed teddy bear, and it has the Air Force camo on it because somebody very special gave it to me. It's actually at my table right now, and so I always travel with it because it's kind of like my little good luck thing.
Nice.
It's a little personal, like, omen for me that I'm like, I can do this, and I'm not going to cry today. It's great. I'm not that stressed out.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody else believes me. I've got this.
Yeah.
All right. Just random questions? I don't know. Where's your favorite place to shop?
My favorite place to shop?
Oh, come on.
Since we're in an old mall. Well, actually, it's a working mall. We're in an old Sears. I like shopping at Express.
Okay.
I like their jeans. And then I like Express. Like that's so. I've never really thought about like where I like to shop because half the time I'm dressed like this.
Yeah.
So when I'm not like this, I'm usually in like sweatpants. But when I actually have to look presentable again, it's a thing. I like my jeans are from Express and so are my shirts, but most of the time like I'm in sweatpants from Victoria's Secret and an oversized convention t-shirt. So
I'm about it.
I shop at Comic-Con.
Yes. So like, okay, for me, when I look in my closet, I have lots of shoes. I have a shoe problem.
Yeah.
Do you have something like that? Like, do you like sweats?
Yeah.
Maybe?
So actually, every time we travel, we try to go to a Hard Rock cafe in that city, just because it's kind of like this group thing, and it's something that we can all have a souvenir together to remember our trip together.
Yeah.
And so I have a bunch of Hard Rock Cafe t-shirts.
Nice.
But it's not like the traditional one. It's the one that is like, it says Hard Rock Cafe in the city, and then on the back it has like something special to the city on it. Like the one I have in Seattle has the Space Needle on the back of it. And so I'm like, this is cool because it's unique to that city. When I went to London, it has like the Tower Bridge on it. And I'm like, that's really cool because I don't know if I'm ever coming back to Europe. So
where's the craziest place you've traveled?
London.
London?
Yep.
For sure?
Yep.
Was it your favorite as well?
I like going to Seattle, but I also I lived there for a year. And so it's, for me, it's going home, but it's not like my home, but it has that feeling. Yeah.
I get that. So with Seattle being one of your favorite places, coffee, big part of your diet or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I like chai tea.
Okay.
Like, it's not the taste for me. It's just, it's never been something where it's like, I have to drink this. Like, I have to have this to function. And I'm not a big caffeine person in general. Like, I like my water and my tea. So at least I'm healthy on like that front.
Yeah.
Food-wise, no. Forget about it.
What's your favorite snack food?
My favorite snack food is Flamin Hot Cheetos.
Yes. Do you have like a bad habit with Hot Cheetos?
I eat them with chopsticks so my fingers don't turn red and then burn my eyes because I've had that happen to me before.
That
so like
awful.
I eat them with chopsticks because then you don't get the dust on your fingers.
I eat Hot Cheetos with chocolate ice cream.
See, that sounds good.
Because it's like that perfect like sweet, salty, a little bit of spicy. But everyone's like, oh, they're too hot? Is that what you eat with chocolate ice cream?
No.
Like, no?
It just tastes, they complement each other.
Yeah,
they
work. Don't question it.
Yeah.
So talking more in the food area, where's your favorite place to eat?
It's like, I'm trying to think. I eat a lot of sushi, and back in Salt Lake we have a place called Simply Sushi, and I eat there a lot more than I probably should. But that's like
sushi, seafood. It's healthier, right?
Oh yeah, I love fish. Fish is great. I always feel better like eating fish than like eating, not that I have nothing against steak, but there's just some days where I'm like, okay, I need to eat a little bit lighter today because I have to cosplay this weekend, so I have to like eat fish rather than beef. So
I could see that. So
Tucanos is the best.
Yes, went ham
All the meats
at Tucanos. I like the grilled pineapple.
Right, that's the best part of going to the Brazilian steakhouses, though,
because it's like caramelized and perfect,
and it's warm still.
Yes.
So
oh my goodness. We need to go to Tucanos. We're going to Tucanos tonight, guys. Okay. I need more pineapple.
Oh.
So movies recently released. I say recent, so maybe like the past year. Which one would you say your like most favorite is so far?
Over the past year, I really liked Hobbs and Shaw.
I have not seen that yet.
And like I love Jason Statham. And I don't know what it is, but I just think he's like the greatest. But I really liked Hobbs and Shaw, and then I really liked John Wick 3.
Seen John Wick 3.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was I haven't seen the first two. Don't ask why. I have no idea. But I saw 3 and the story made sense. So yay.
That's good. Excuse me. That was gross. Apologize.
That's what editing is for.
Yay.
But also we're live streaming, so editing only does so much.
Everybody knows.
I was gonna say yay internet. Did you like Infinity War better or Endgame?
Oh. Endgame because it gave you answers, but Infinity War I think would be my most favorite.
See, I'm the same way, and everybody's like, but why? It's like, well, Vision was still alive, so.
Yes. I like answers. When Infinity War ended, I was like, okay, I need answers. I need them now. I actually need them yesterday, so let's get them to me.
Yeah.
Endgame gave me the answers. Were I happy? Was I? No.
Yeah.
But who's your favorite Avenger?
Vision.
Okay. Because?
For me, it's the whole thing that he struggles with understanding humanity. He's like, why are you people kind of the way you are? Sort of a thing. And it's like, I get that. Why do people do what they do? Like, is this really necessary? Because one of my favorite quotes of his is the one that's, and chaos breeds catastrophe, because it's very true at the end of the day. And I just think he's very full of wisdom, and a lot of people don't you can
realize that.
Yeah. I like Vision.
You have Mind Stone. You have a cat tattooed on your wrist.
I do. It's actually part of the semicolon movement. And so mine is a cat.
Nice.
So
do you have cats?
I do.
What is the semicolon movement? You don't know what that is? You explain it.
So
you got this.
Okay, so for those that don't know the semicolon movement, the semicolon means that you took a pause, but the sentence didn't end. And I struggle really bad with depression and anxiety. So for me, way back in the day, I was in a very, very low place, and worse came to worse and blah, blah, blah. But I'm still here, and I'm even better now. So it's one of those reminders that I didn't stop. I kept going. I can get through anything.
And it's huge to do with self stories and supporting of other people in your life that have been suicidal or self-harm or in depression, to remind them that your story can go on.
Yeah. And
there's a period would be an end, and there's no end to a story, because no matter how rough it is, it always gets better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm a firm believer in it will get better. I mean, of course you have those days where you're it's not going to get better. Then you wake up the next day, you're like, okay, maybe it got a little better today.
It's a little bit nicer.
Oh, I have a paper airplane because I went to London. I have 11 tattoos.
Okay, so what are they?
Okay, so I have my cat. I'm not flipping anybody off. I have the Deadpool logo.
Okay.
And then I have my paper airplane because I went to London. I actually have, my birthday's in July, so I'm a Cancer. Mm-hmm. So on top of it's this shoulder, I have the Cancer constellation, and it's actually made to look like freckles, so it blends into my skin. I have I love you on the left side of my ribs. That's 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have Nox on the back of my neck, and Des Creepcore has Lumos, because we have best friend tattoos.
Awesome.
I have the Enterprise NCC 1701, so the OG Enterprise. Some people have never seen Harry Potter. You haven't seen Harry Potter.
Seen
That's
Harry
okay.
Potter.
Some people haven't, and it's fine. But I have the Enterprise, like the OG Enterprise, on my back. I have a quote from Star Trek Discovery on my hip. It's the "We choose our pain, mine helps me remember," said by Captain Lorca. I have Jerk and Enochian on my foot, and Des has the other brothers, because I don't want to swear, she has the other brothers phrase and Enochian on her wrist. And then I have the dark mark on my foot.
Okay.
So I have 2 Harry Potter tattoos, 2 Star Trek tattoos, and then just some other ones. So
Nice. So from someone who, like he said, I've never seen Harry Potter.
yeah.
Is that like a must watch? Like, like
No, it's a must read.
it's a must read?
Yeah, the movies were good for movies' sake, but the books are usually always better than the movies. And I say that because if you've ever seen What's Your Number, the movie was better than the book.
What's your number?
It's got Anna Faris and like half of the guys from the MCU, and it's like Chris Evans is in it, and I was gonna call him Sam Wilson. Anthony Mackie's in it, and like, so she, like, her sister's getting married, and somebody tells her like, this is inappropriate. If she sleeps with 20 guys, like, she's gonna be single forever.
Okay.
And so she realizes like she slept with 19 guys, and she's like, well, one of these guys that I dated has to be the one. And so like Chris Evans is like, his dad was a police officer, and so he like helps her track down her ex-boyfriends. And again, it's like half of the guys from the MCU are in that movie.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt's in that movie too.
Nice.
And so she like tracks down her ex-boyfriends, and then she and Chris Evans fall in love, and it's wonderful.
Oh, hey. Spoiler.
But-
Social media? Where can we follow you or find you on social media?
So Twitter, my Twitter is Larissa P Cosplay because my name is too long. And then Instagram and Facebook are both Larissa Paige Cosplay. And then I also have a Patreon and an OnlyFans, which are both also Larissa Paige Cosplay.
All right. Thank you so much, Larissa. It's been so much fun. I'm Jamie, and this is the first day of Comic-Con in Colorado Springs, brought to you by Pop-Up Locker.
Yay! Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.